Monsterbass, and I have received for May 2020 the Monsterbass Pro Series box. This is the regional series. This is the Great Lakes Midwest box. So I love Monsterbass. I think they're probably the best box out there. If not them, maybe this guy, Warriors Tackle Supply. I think these are pretty cool too. Pretty dope. As Monsterbass guy was saying in his video. So let's see what we got in here today. You can see this month we are featuring baits from Strike King, Castaic, Booyah, Gene LaRue, Daiichi hooks, Strike King again, Strike King Tour Grade, 6 cents. So those are all pretty sweet brands. I am certain I'm going to be happy with this box for sure. So let's start with Strike King Tour Grade 10-pound monofilament. Interesting. I wasn't expecting some mono. This is 70 yards. So this would be a leader material I would use probably. Next, we've got the Castaic Dying Jerk. 1/2 ounce. And it is just under 5 inches long. A jointed bodied jerkbait. Directions: cast, catch, post, release, repeat. Chrome IU. Chrome IU is that color. Not bad looking. Kind of has an interesting looking tail. It's like a pointed tail. A lot of flash on this thing. Next, the Strike King KVD 2.5 square bill. These KVD square bills are great, but I've never seen this color. Never used this color for a Wicked Fire Tiger. Huh. Black baits do work. Don't fool yourself into thinking that they don't, but because they do work. They're not going to work all the time, every time, but there's definitely something to be said for a black crankbait. Okay, the Daiichi hook. These are 2-aught worm hooks. The world's sharpest hooks. Monsterbass sticker. That's an interesting kind of plain sticker. Strike King Pro Model Compact Spinnerbait, 3/8 ounce. White, as they say. You can throw any color spinnerbait you want as long as it's white. So white's a good go-to color. And this has a little Colorado blade on it and a nickel-colored willow leaf blade. Spinnerbait. Booyah Popper, the Boss Pop. Feather treble hook. And really on your poppers, you should have a feathered treble on your poppers most of the time. Periodically, you may not need it, but... So this color is called Ghost Shiner. White belly. Red cup, lip, greenish. All right. Divine Swim Baits. Got these in my 6 cents Super 6 sack. Tailored Super 6 sack. But not this color. This is Bluegill Fire. 3.2 inch. Looks like a good color. Got some orange in there. Some copper colors, different colored flake. Not bad. And then round it out with a Jean LaRue Who Daddy Jr. Who Daddy Jr. This color is Watermelon NE. Watermelon NE. No idea what NE means. Here's a bit better look at the color. We can open this one up because these are easy to open. Who Daddy. Who Daddy. Definitely kind of a watermelon red is what I'd call this. Interesting, this kind of has a little deformity in this. Not that it's going to matter. All right, so that wraps up this month's, the month of May, Monsterbass Midwest Great Lakes box. Not too shabby. So I think I will go fish with some of these. I'm not going to fish with all of it because where I'm going, it's not really gonna, I'm not gonna need for this time of year. But I tell you what I will do. I'll fish with the spinnerbait. I'll fish with the Who Daddies. I'll fish with the 2.5. And I'll fish with the little swim baits. Let's try these 4. Well, I went to the lake to fish my Monsterbass baits, and the wind is howling today. 30, 40 mile an hour winds. So when I got to the lake, the white caps were so high, I was just like, nah, not gonna do it. So I turned around, took the boat home, and now I'm out at a pond. So the wind is absolutely howling. I'm still gonna fish these baits like I talked about. And obviously I'm starting with the spinnerbait because of the wind. The wind is super crazy and spinnerbaits work very good in windy conditions. 3/8 ounce, compact. It is a compact body. I'm gonna put a trailer on it and tie her on, and we'll see what happens. So I've got the Strike King spinnerbait tied on with a Zoom split tail trailer. This is the Compact Silhouette Pro model. And some guys asked about my equipment. I am fishing a St. Croix Legend Extreme rod. This is a 7-foot medium heavy rod, excellent rod. And then my reel is a Shimano Metanium reel, 7.4:1 gear ratio. And I've got 15-pound test fluorocarbon. And if you notice, all my reels, I put this on the bottom so that I know what line I put on. 15-pound test, 420 means I put it on April of 2020, so I know how old it is too. I do that on all my reels. All right, let's go try out the spinnerbait, see what happens. Not good so far. So because this spinnerbait's so light, if you really crank it, it raises up. It brings it to the surface, which is not good. Probably should be throwing it on lighter line, something like a 10-pound line instead of the 15-pound line, but I didn't realize it was going to be so light. Okay, so got one with a spinnerbait. Not bad. He's not huge. That's a spinnerbait fish. got one. Can we get another one? No dice. What about over here? One last pitch over here. Let it go all the way to the bottom. Next is the Gene LaRue Pooh Daddy Jr. I'm going to try the Tokyo rig first. If I don't have any luck with that, then I'll go to the jig. So, oh yeah, equipment. This is actually a swim jig rod that I'm using. Just because it's a heavy rod. It's a heavy action 7 foot 6 inch rod. It's a castaway rod. It's the Bill Lowen Signature Series 4 swim jigs. And this is a great reel, the Shimano Tranks, I think is what it's called. No, it's called the Bantam, the Shimano Bantam HG. Again, it's a 7-to-1 gear ratio. Great reel. And I got 20-pound test on this thing right now. So let's go see if the Pooh Daddy Jr. works. Got one. Oh. Nice. Nice. How's about that? How about it? The old Gene LaRue Pooh Daddy Jr. on the Tokyo rig. Got us a fish. Nice. Good deal. Sweet. Spinnerbait. Caught multiple fish on it. Pooh Daddy Jr. I caught one. Tried a few more, not really hitting them. So the next thing I'm gonna go with is the KVD 2.5 square bill. So let me get that rigged up and then we'll go give it a shot. I'm tied on now. I've kind of got mixed feelings about this lure. Not that a square bill won't work here, I'm sure it will. The problem is these black baits I tend to throw in darker water, stained or muddy water. This little lake I'm fishing in, the water is really clear, so not sure how effective this thing's gonna be. All we can do is try it. As far as equipment, I've got a Daiwa Zillion reel, 5.5-to-1 gear ratio, so it's slower. And I got this great Kistler rod. This is the Kistler Feel and Reel series, and I love these Feel and Reel rods for treble hooks, for my crankbaits, my lipless crankbaits, top waters, any kind of a lure, jerk baits. And the reason I do is this rod is, until you see this white, if you can see it, it's graphite, and then it changes to fiberglass tip. And that gives you, that's just a little more forgiving so that you don't jerk that treble hook out of their mouth. And I've really come to like these Kistler Feel and Reel rods a lot. So let's go see if this thing will work in clear water. Square bill. Grass, leaves, crud. I've already done that.
How many you got?
About 4.
ChatterBait?
No, I threw a spinnerbait, and then I did a little flipping and pitching around some of those stumps. Yeah. Okay, giving up on the square bill. Fished it for, like I said, fish it for about a half hour. No dice. I didn't think it would, but it's good to try it. So next on the list are these Divine swim baits. I think I'm going to put them on the back of a ChatterBait. All right, I got my ChatterBait tied on, and that Divine swim jig looks pretty good on there. It goes real well with this bluegill color jackhammer. So as far as equipment goes, same swim jig rod, the Castaway swim jig rod. It's a heavy action rod. Difference is I got a Shimano Corrado 200E7, an oldie but a goodie, and I've got 16-pound fluorocarbon. So let's go see what she does. Got one on the ChatterBait. Right at the bank. But nice little bass. For sure. Put it back in there. There he goes. So the Divine swim jig, first fish, did pretty nice. Pretty nice. Another ChatterBait fish. Smaller this time. Look at that tail though. He's on a bed. That's 2. ChatterBait! That was fish number 3. There we go. Oh! Dang it, I had him. There he is. There he is. Not very big. There's more than one there. There's more than one right there. So little guy. Pretty. The jackhammer did well. I don't know how many I caught, probably four or so before I finally quit. And the bite's pretty tough, so I mean, this just goes to show you. This little Divine swim jig makes a great ChatterBait trailer, and it goes perfect with this. This color goes perfect with this color ChatterBait. Bluegill Fire, pretty good stuff. I like this one quite a bit. Good box of stuff this time though. Fun stuff. Funny thing about fishing, you know, I'm packing up, getting ready to leave, but it's so, doesn't matter how great a bait is, like this jackhammer. the conditions and what the fish want, you know, it's so critical, so important. And that's why, you know, fishing is such a challenge, because you got to experiment all the time, constantly trying new things. So the ChatterBait worked really well today. That square bill worked terrible. But really, when you think about the conditions, it's logical that the square bill did terrible. Visibility, super clear water, not a lot of structure. It's mostly mud in this little lake. So yeah, doesn't surprise me at all that this square bill didn't do well. Does it mean it's a bad lure? No. It's probably a great lure. You get it in the right condition and you're probably gonna slay them. So that's what's so crazy fun about fishing. Thanks for watching, really appreciate it. If you like this video, please let me know. Please subscribe and share these videos. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great one. See ya.